So I'd like to quickly, before we start, just thank Easy Wolf for that fantastic video that he asked us to show to you all this afternoon. So I'd like to start proceedings this evening just by welcoming everyone along, and as you might have noticed, we are bigger than ever before. We've now reached a grand total of 872 attendees this year. And in line with that total, in order to organise this event, we've had to increase the staff. And normally we have everyone stood up in a line on the stage, but we now have over 75 staff. So I'd just like you to give a quick hand for the people who've worked really hard this year to get everything organised. And so we're just going to start off with a few announcements, then a few housekeeping matters just to give you some information. So I'm going to hand the microphone over to our venue manager, which is Rizzo.
So yeah, second year at the Hinckley, more people, lots more on offer for you this year. So what's changed? Well, first of all, came back to my first meeting immediately after last year's event, and I was told that, well, Wayne was going, who was the guy who was in charge, Darren was going, who was the event manager, and Helen was moving into another team. So it felt like we're having to start all over again. However, I've got to say that the new team that I was dealing with have been absolutely phenomenal in getting this event organised, helping us bring together ideas. So what I'd actually like to do is actually start by introducing everyone for you. First and foremost is Tony, the new general manager. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hand over to Tony so he can actually introduce his team for us.
Good evening, everybody. I don't think I've ever been so inappropriately dressed in my life. That's a compliment. I'd just like to say on behalf of the team, before I introduce them, thank you so much for coming back. You're very welcome here, and we look forward to seeing you next year. So I'm now going to hand over to Barry Thomas.
Thank you, Tony. Would I be permitted to read through a very hastily written ode to ConFuzzled? Right, in the short space of time of that video, so you can clap at the end or you can boo, whichever suits your fancy. So, ConFuzzled 2013, a medieval fair. Lots and lots of people and fuzzy furry hair. Truckers on the A5 wonder what's going on there. The mystery, the magic, no wonder they stop and stare. Brock the Badger sits on the throne. Welcome back, ConFuzzled, to your furry puma home. So, to introduce the other more appropriately dressed people of the team, to my right, the very glamorous Fiona. To the front and to the right, Raf Gonzalez, hotel manager. Appropriately named Malcolm in the middle. And to my left, Helen Nichols.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Just so you notice, obviously, that the team here have been so accommodating that these T-shirts that they're sporting, the staff wanted to get so involved with the convention this year that they've bought those themselves. So we had nothing to do with this.
And now now that brings us on, like our charity liaison, Rallicat, is going to talk to you a few words about last year's charity and this year's charity.
Hello, thank you very much. So yes, I've been dealing with the charity for this year, but first a quick update on last year. As many of you know, it was the Nuneaton and Warwickshire Wildlife Sanctuary, and some of you would have gone to our Meet the Charity event last year and heard some of the stories from Jeff from the charity, and indeed seen some of the animals and met Roxy the fox. Hands up if anybody of you were here for that last year? Yeah? Some of you, I think, kept a bit of a vigil for the fox last year, so that was fantastic. We raised a fantastic £7,700. Which is an absolutely fantastic total, and I have a brief statement. I contacted them just to see how they got on with that money from last year. And I got the following response. Thanks for getting in touch again. The sanctuary is still doing very well, and in the past year we have made major refurbishments, mostly using the funds you raised. We've installed 2 new fox pens, 3 owl aviaries, and we're really pleased with the progress. The animals are still fine, and Roxy is still happy and healthy. She's now one of the oldest red foxes in captivity. Thank you for asking about us, and thank you once again for choosing us last year. Yours, Jeff Brewcock, Nuneaton and Warwickshire. So by the sounds of it, I think we did make a real impact there, so thank you very much for your contributions. This year it's the STA Ferret Rescue, and they are going to be coming in to see us again themselves, and we've actually got 2 events on. In this room on Saturday at 1 o'clock, they're running their ferret racing event, which promises to be a lot of fun. You're going to see ferrets running up and down tubes, diving into ball pits, etc. And you'll be able to place little bets, and you can give money, you can donate, so that's going to be a really fun event, so please come along to that one if you can make it. Also, they're going to be running a Meet the Charity event of their own, so again, you'll be able to hear from the charity for find out exactly the sort of work that they do. You'll be able to see the ferrets, ask questions, etc. So again, that's something you'll be able to come along to. That's going to be run in the same room that we ran the Meet the Charity event last year. Again, that's on Saturday, 4 o'clock in the Hanson Suite. So yeah. So there's 1 or 2 extra ways that you can give besides the normal ways. You've probably already seen some of the collection boxes that we've got dotted around. So any spare change that you've got that you feel is weighing you down, please feel free to drop it in the box, clickety-boo, and you will have given money to the charity. You'll also see occasionally fursuiters shaking the buckets. Again, you can drop any spare change you've got into there as well. And that is, of course, on top of the usual ways. There's going to be merchandise in the dealer's den, at the charity, at the convention store, next to the convention store table. The charity have done a fantastic job in getting together the merchandise for us this year. They didn't really have much in the way of merchandise available, and then we sort of came to them and said, can you send us stuff? And they didn't really have much, so they did a fantastic job sort of very quickly getting a load of stuff together. And there's lots of ferret soft toys, lots of ferrety merchandise, squeaky ferrets that you can grab. So please go and take a look, and when the dealer's den opens, you can have a look and see what you can snap up. And of course, there's the art auction as usual. I'll leave it to the art auction people to talk about that. So yes, thank you very much. Please give generously and enjoy the events on Saturday. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And now I would like to move on, and we're going to introduce you. I'd like to introduce our guests of honour for this year. So the first on my list is Gab, if you'd like to step forward, please. So Gab is... So Gab is a talented artist and writer, and she's been running a long-running webcomic titled Dangerous Cute, and she's going to just talk to you for a few minutes, well, about whatever, really.
Hello, everybody. This is my first time leaving the United States. Be nice. Yes, be nice to me. But more importantly, I want you to talk to me because I'm in love with every accent I've heard. So just talk. Like, can someone say toast? That's good, that's good. so that would be good. I'm still learning a lot. Thankfully, Nal and his friends have been taking me around London, and so I've become a little bit more culturally aware, but I'm still an American. So, any help you can give would be great.
Make you enjoy yourself.
I'm actually, wait, can I say something about the auction? Okay, I have a sketchbook that I'm going to be working on this week and at the convention. You're welcome to submit any species to me that you want me to draw. And I'm going to be auctioning it off with the charity at the end. It's a 17 by 20, I don't know if you guys, anyway, something like that. Bristol board, there'll be markers, it'll be full color, it'll be beautiful, I hope. 20 pages. So keep in mind, let me know what species you want to see. I have things like otters, bats, kangaroos. You'll probably want to read one at a time. That would be good, and that should be that, so hi.
Thank you very much. A round of applause for Gav, please. And also, I would like to introduce to you Kyle Gold, who is our published writer and is a winner of, and I've left it off my paper, a lot of RizzoRat awards. And this is his first time as a guest of honor outside the United States.
Thank you. I would like to thank the ConFuzzled staff for inviting me out here. It is always a pleasure to get to travel and see new places and new faces. I talk a lot about how the furry fandom is a sort of family for a lot of people, so I look on you all as family I haven't met yet, so I hope you'll come up and say hi. I do feel very much at home here. Come up and say hi, not now. And can I say to Gab, Fox? What good is being a guest of honor if you can't use the privilege once in a while? Anyway, thank you all for inviting me. It's a pleasure to be here. I look forward to meeting many, many new people over the course of the weekend.
A round of applause for Kyle, please. And also, our theming department had a word with me earlier, and they said, you know what? These props look a lot better here than in anybody's bedroom, the corridors, or outside. So if you wouldn't mind leaving them where they are, we'd really appreciate that. And one thing is though, if you want to make use of them for photo shoots, especially the stocks, if you want to put your friends in there to take a photo, that's absolutely fine, so long as you let them out. Sorry. I get chased by a man with a clipboard if I don't say that. So, moving swiftly onwards, getting towards the end now. So, we've got a couple of announcements from the events department. One of which, if any of you feel up to the challenge of writing a story in 5 sentences or less, we're running. The comic book editor would like to remind me that it's 5 sentences or fewer. This is why I don't write. Yes, you didn't write my speech, did you? So, if you can write a story in 5 sentences or fewer, we're running the Super Short Story Stylings contest, and you can collect an entry form from the ConOps office. So if you feel interested in taking part, please do head along. And now I would like to hand over to Cheetah, who's over there. He would like to announce an event that has been brought all the way from continental Europe.
Whoa, wow, wow. I think I'm a little bit too drunk than I should be today.
Yes.
But anyway, hey, it's been a while since I had the honor of standing on this stage. I think, when was the last time? I think 5 or 6 years ago?
It was a while ago.
Like 100 years ago, and my, you have grown. What a wonderful thing. Usually I come to this con because this is my time of year where I'm taking a weekend off and where I just go, not my con, not my problem, and leave all the work to this great team here. Well, I thought that's getting a little bit boring, so this time I brought a few of my friends from Germany, and that is Eisfuchs, Gara, Jarek, Kamikaze, Jumpy, and Mafundi. And these names probably don't ring any bell with you. But together we are the Savannah Revolution. And wow! We are going to have a rock concert here on stage on Saturday at 4 o'clock. And I need all of you to be here so we can tear this place down. So yeah, that's my announcement. So, anything more? There's one thing you need to say.
There is one thing I need to say, and that is that I declare ConFuzzled 2013 is now officially open.